Steelers linebacker Bud Dupree says he was born to play football. He cites as evidence remembering times where he'd put styrofoam cups on his shoulders as a young child, pretending that they were pads and tackling things around the house. But another sport influenced his childhood as well, and that's where we pick up the story in this week's Locker Room Look Back. Long before he arrived in Pittsburgh, Alvin Bud Dupree was grooming himself for a life as a professional athlete, although at the time, he just didn't know which sport.
I've been playing football and basketball since I was 6 years old. So I've been playing both, handling both, juggling both, trying to see which one I like the best. I started out liking basketball better than football, but I saw myself being better in football as the time went. I just started loving football more and more.
With his affinity for football on the rise, so too is his desire to remain at one of the most popular positions on the field. But Dupree now concedes it wasn't meant to be.
I played quarterback from 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. I always played quarterback until I got in middle school. When I got in middle school, I switched to fullback. So, my positions were really flopping because I always wanted to play quarterback still. But I had hit a growth spurt and I had got real heavy. So I had to move to another position.
And it was then while at Wilkinson County High School where Dupree began to come into his own. He was a standout two-way player for the Georgia high school, and while he currently makes a living playing defense, it was his days on the other side of the ball that bring about some of his fondest memories.
I would say I was pretty good in tight end in high school. I was always getting double, triple. Just being out wide. I was out wide a lot. So, I just ran by people. My speed was great. I loved tight end. I loved to score a touchdown. I really didn't even take defense serious in high school. I just was so good at it in high school. I was focused on offense. I wanted to get offense for offense.
The challenge for Dupree and the football team wasn't always their opponents on the other side of the field, but rather escaping the shadow of his own school's basketball team. Wilkinson County is a Georgia State powerhouse in hoops, and while Dupree did continue to hit the hardwood for the Warriors, he knew that his future was on the gridiron, and he was determined to elevate the reputation of the football program as well.
I was the captain, so I wanted to win. So we did extra stuff, made sure we won and won. We was going undefeated the whole season, losing in the Final Four. That made people look at us like, dang, I didn't know them boys could play football like that. Just being basketball oriented, just getting different people to come out and play football. Going from a 20-player team to a 40-player team in a year. So you see what I'm saying? Like, people started seeing the trend and they want to be a part of it, and we started winning. It was great.
Dupree faced similar challenges at Kentucky, where the football team fights for respect beside a dominant basketball program. He managed to earn all SEC honors in his final 3 seasons and turned that into a first-round draft selection by the Steelers in 2015. The entire journey is an accomplishment the Georgia native takes great pride in.
Man, it's amazing. It's a great journey. I'm an inspiration to the people in my hometown. They see that we can do something and be positive and make it out. Because they saw me grinding from young to now. They saw what I put in. They saw the work I put in. They saw how I always said I was going to the NFL, how I always did extra stuff when people weren't trying to do extra work. And then that was my goal. When I got D1, and I said I'm going to go to the league too the whole time, even when I was in high school. And I just put my mind to it and did it. And I just wanted everybody to see that they can do the same thing.
Coming out of high school, Dupree was as highly recruited at tight end as he was at linebacker. He says he chose Kentucky because the staff there promised him a chance on offense. Once he got on campus, he was talked out of that, however, and the rest, as they say, is history.